friends, it's your old pal SVH here, coming at you with another Daily Nugget for February the 12th. And happy Friday to everybody. Hope you're having a great day. And yeah, I'm real excited to share today's Daily Nugget. This was actually one of two choices that I had for yesterday, but yesterday's kind of chose itself. So I'm going to share the other one today. So this comes from Alchemical Wisdom. This is the sayings of pure Vilayat and Inayat, a source for intensive inner work. And truly is that. Here we go. When creativity is done with excellence, splendor breaks through. When creativity is done with excellence, splendor breaks through. So, I mean, this is a really simple phrase, and it kind of, the whole lesson is within the phrase, and there's not really a whole lot to say about it. And again, my commentary isn't necessarily the lesson, it's just what it says to me. So what it says to me is, when creativity is done with excellence, what does it mean to be creative with excellence? From my own overstanding, I would have to say that I think to really be excellent in your creativity is to be real in your creativity, to be pure, to be honest, to be passionate. So if it comes from the heart and it's really just you, then you can't go wrong. You can't really go wrong with that. I think why people resonate so much with the Daily Nugget is it's just me being me. I'm not trying to be, a big guru or some, person that, sits on a pedestal that kind of acts like I know what I'm doing and everything's, this way or that way or else. I just like to share what I know, what it really has worked for me, what's really touched my heart and helped me to expand and grow my life and to have a closer relationship with the source. I mean, that's really all I can do. I just feel I'm obligated to do that. And it's something that I do with great passion. So I think my passion comes through sometimes, and hopefully in these videos, just the realness of how I put myself out there. I'm not, I have fancy robes, I have shawls, I have beads, I have all these fancy accoutrements that I could put on. That are appropriate for certain ceremonies or appropriate for certain classes or certain events or things like that. But to just, to don that just to come here every day to share something with you would be kind of a way of taking away from that excellence of creativity, I think, because I'd be trying to do something that's not as pure and not as real. This is just me when I have a few minutes that I can really sit down and there's no distractions or nothing else going on. I can sit in front of the computer and I can knock out a Daily Nugget. And then when I have time to do more in-depth videos and really get into more stories or more teachings and things like that, then I do that. And I also intend to do a weekly show about hemp. Starting a live stream so I can answer all your questions and things like that. But yeah, I think, to be excellent in your creativity is to just be you, man, or be you, woman. You just got to be who you are and really be true to yourself and be true to what is pure. If you give your creativity out of purity, out of a pure sense, it's going to resonate and it's going to captivate more and it's going to hold more weight and more power. Now, I've been a musician my whole life. Music has been at the forefront of my life, my work, my drive, my spirit, my passion. Music has always been the driving force behind all that. And, I think back over my career, and I've been very fortunate to be able to do some really cool things. I've toured with a lot of great musicians. I've played on some cool records. I've got to tour around to 15, 16 other countries in the U.S. several times on somebody else's dime, which is always fun. So, I've really been fortunate, and I'm grateful for the success that I did have. But I know that there's another level of success that I really aimed for, and that's what I was hoping for with music. And over the years, I've just kind of come to realize that I'm not meant for that because of a couple reasons. For one, to get to the top, a lot of times you got to do some things that aren't pure, they're not excellent. And your creativity would not have excellence because you got to do this remix or this remake to get, on this station, or you got to do this to appease this manager, or you got to, sign this contract and give away your soul, to achieve a certain level of fame. And none of that's for me. I mean, for me, it's just about pure expression. It's about being who I am and giving what I have, and as my teacher says, you can't give the coins that you don't have in your own pocket. So I think that's been one reason why, I never reached a certain pinnacle of success, is because it probably wasn't meant for me to get to that kind of a level, because I have to be at a place where I'm on the level with the person that's going to feel, the audience that's going to feel what I have to say and resonate with what I have to say. And that's a small group, because not everybody is seeking for spiritually conscious music or, hidden meaning and message in their art. A lot of people are, but not everybody is. And especially doing heavy metal music, I'm kind of the odd man out, because I'm putting spiritually charged, positive vibrations into a genre of music that's typically known for being dark and malicious, So it's been an interesting walk. But again, me being myself and giving of myself passionately and purely is what I think has really made me as successful as I have been. I see friends or bump into people that I haven't seen in years that, man, that one song you did or that one concert you played, that really just spoke to me. And I've always loved your music and everything that and even with these videos, people go back and say they, listen to my podcast. I haven't done a podcast in 2 years or more. So, the fact that these things, you put it out there and you put it out there passionately, and it's going to stick at the right time. It's going to reach the right ears when it needs to reach those ears. And, I would rather reach the ears of the few who are really listening than to reach the ears of the masses that are just all tuned around to whatever, is popular in the day and really aren't going to care much in the long run about what I'm trying to share or express through my art. So that's a long-winded part on the first. When creativity is done with excellence, splendor breaks through. So that's the second half of this is the splendor, and that is the splendor. When you've made an impression upon somebody, when you've done something and somebody relates to it or says they can really feel that in their own heart, and really resonates with what I really resonate with what you said or what you did or what you put out there. And creativity comes in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be artistic. It doesn't have to be expressing things on video or anything like that. Just a smile right now is such an act of splendor, right? So be creative about how you smile. If you're wearing a mask, or if you're out places and everybody's just kind of like that, be excellent in your creativity to create a little splendor. I mean, you can just back this right up and do it backwards too. Create splendor through your own creativity and excellence, right? Whoa. So there's a lot of different ways that we could really look at this teaching and really put some things together. But I think that overall, it really, to me, it speaks to being pure and true and honest in everything that you do, everything that you put out. Whether it's a word, whether it's food that you're making, whether it's an assignment you're doing for school or for work, or a project that you have in the woodshed, or a guitar riff you're trying to work through, whatever it is, be pure about it. Just give yourself to it completely and really let yourself get creative. And through that, you will find the excellence popping through, and you will create some splendor. Because for one, you're going to feel so much better about what you're creating or what you're expressing when you've done it from the heart, and when you've done it with a sense of purity. And the more and more you do it, the more natural it becomes. The easier it comes to just sit here and open your yap and say things that really spark truth and that really have some meaning, because it's something that comes so natural because you're just giving of yourself completely and fully and purely and honestly. So yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about this. This is a really small phrase, so there's no need to go on and decode it too much more. But I think you guys get the idea, that I'm just really, for my own my own perspective, I take this to be a real lesson in, creating your own splendor in life. Creating an aura and an atmosphere of pleasantness, of light, of love, of kindness, of goodness, of grace, of mercy, all through your creative expression of who you are. And the best way to do that is to be pure and honest in that expression. So I'll share it with you one more time. When creativity is done with excellence, splendor breaks through. It's my prayer today that your splendor breaks through, my friend, and that you have a most excellent and creative evening. I appreciate everybody checking out the Daily Nugget. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the old notification bell so that you get notified every time I put one of these bad boys out. And I surely appreciate everybody's support, and you have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.